Hello, welcome back.
Welcome, Black, episode 6, with your most gracious host.
It's the Laughin Thru Life podcast.
You knew that already, though, if you hear. It's Mo Mac and Pac Mac and Mo coming back at you live.
Indirect.
That's a fact.
Director.
Oh, happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
Facts. We're in February, so happy Black History Month to that.
Get your white friends to do some little reparations to y'all.
Nice. Get some reparations, man. Get some reparations. Yeah. Whatever you need, man. If you need to, be master.
For a little moment. I think we deserve a little of that.
We got 28 days, man. They give us 28 days, so we might as well, do, you feel me? Hey, Kevin, Vlad, I'm coming. I used to let y'all slide back in the days, but I'm coming for mines now.
I'll take the brain.
Yeah, Black History Month. It's like the purge, but no violence. Just the society is flipped. Everything is flipped. You feel me?
Imagine that.
Yeah, like
imagine that was the truth.
Yeah, I could walk up to anybody, be like, yeah, let me borrow this car. What? No, it's Black History Month. I get all access pass.
Yeah. The cop comes. Put your hands up. It's black. Oh, my bad.
If only. That shit would never happen. They probably even want to kill more of us during Black History Month.
Yeah.
Fuck these niggas.
They're probably mad.
Why do they have a month?
Exactly. Damn.
Like, it's not even a month, bro. It's 28 days. Yeah, at most 29. Like, it ain't even a full 30, bro. Just, give it to us, man.
Oh, so I'm thinking of this. Is Black History Month inclusive of Africans' history? Or is it just Black American history?
I don't know. It is a good question.
It's does this include Nelson Mandela? Or is it just Malcolm X? And
I think that, in some places people, do get educated on international heroes and stuff like that. I definitely know Nelson Mandela name is known.
Shit, this is we gotta go out to the streets and ask these people if they know about,
Thomas Sankara.
Yes, bro.
Say Leopold Sedar Senghor.
Nope.
I don't know.
Even the most recent one. I mean, they'll probably know about Gaddafi, because of course.
Gaddafi.
Of course.
But let's see, who else? African black.
But this is the thing with the issue over here, bro. Like, it's like so little people are being taught, just like you said, like the Malcolm X, they, you hear about it, they probably hear, we go around here about, oh yeah, Martin Luther King this, MLK this, Malcolm X this, and W.E.B. Du Bois this, and this, that, and the third, but you don't know as much,
But then again, one thing, I don't want to make it feel like, as an African person, I'm trying to take the Black Americans' history. It's their own country, so they deserve to have their own month, right? So I don't want to feel like, as an African, I'm forcing people to include us into it. So
no,
for that reason, I'm like,
does it include us?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not.
Right?
It is a great question.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
But to my point of view, to my humble point of view, I don't think it does.
I don't think it should either.
It should. It
as
Africans,
either. We should stick without.
I mean, we are all
even though
we all one though.
Huh?
We are one though.
Now most people will tell you that's not the case.
Yeah.
That's the people that's lost in the sauce.
Yeah, I mean, your case especially, you're like embedded into both situations. You got brothers who are like legit. Very stepped far away from their African.
Well, they half American.
Exactly, and so it's a special situation for you. Like you're like both African American and African in America. You get it?
Yeah.
I'm an African in America, and I'm African American because that's what they, that's how they categorize you here.
So like you have a special
African,
perspective on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I understand what you were saying 100%, but the key point I wanted to make was we have to look at it based on like the geography. Yeah, Black History Month, the way it's celebrated here is what the heroes people know of.
Right.
Fighting for the causes that the struggle people is going on here, whereas vice versa back home in different countries, Nelson Mandela is tied to South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So and different countries will have their heroes that fought against the oppression in those times.
Mm-hmm.
But one key thing I will say, whereas back home, I know in the education system, people are a lot more educated on, just all Black heroes.
Yeah.
So I think, that in terms of education, we're lacking on just understanding the full scope and diaspora of, just all Black identities and people who fought for our freedoms, our rights, and all of that around the world.
Yeah.
And we see, hints of it coming up now. People like Nelson Mandela is a household name in America, but you guys are right with, just bringing that history and that knowledge, so people can understand more names.
Yeah.
More people.
And I think that's where the disparity is at. It's just like the in-depth teaching of these heroes and what they've done, and the effect that they have, like I get, like there's Martin Luther King in it, but that's like it's like the number one name we hear about, and Malcolm X, and then you go to college here and there, and if you take African American studies, and then you then learn about like all these other names with W.E.B. Du Bois and all these other names, we do like things that like Black, like just us like African American had their hands in and even started, but we don't know about. Or we don't hear it get talked about enough around here, like you said, you're right. Back home, you feel me? We learn about how Mansa Musa was running the empire of Songhai, guy. It wasn't even called Mali.
And that's a pride that somebody grows up.
You feel me?
You're like, my people actually did this. So you grow up with a pride to be yourself.
Yeah. Like, and we were part of that empire, bro. Senegal was a part of that. It was huge, bro. It was. You see, it was huge.
Empire, but I didn't know
it was huge.
I know that man was so rich. Any town he go into, he changed the whole economic system.
Yeah.
So it just changed.
Yeah. But
people would start having to adopt, the currency he was using.
But all of that is because he was the strongest. He was doing what all these other kings, European kings, were doing in the lands around them. You come there, if you're weaker, he will dominate you. If you don't want to surrender peacefully, he will dominate you and take your land by force. And now everything he needs to do, it will run there. Yeah. He went down. I mean, in Senegal, I think there's a part of Senegal he couldn't take over really. I think Jollof he couldn't. Jollof was like, it's like Dakar and them. You couldn't get close to it. Because we had the waters and shit, and he needed that. Of course, he needed that, but he wasn't able to get it. But we learned about that.
Yeah.
We learned about you learn about Umar Futu Tal.
You got the Ashanti Empire, who
Right.
was crazy big.
You had La Haute Volta, who's also wilding at the time.
The Moshis over there.
Yes.
These motherfuckers were cavaliers, like they got horses running around.
You learn about the
taking over.
Zulus in South Africa.
Yeah. These motherfuckers were
ran by
like
Shaka
500,
Zulu. You
fought
learn about
Shaka
the
barefoot.
Zulu.
You feel
Definitely
me?
know that nigga.
Yeah, bro. We at a young age, I was watching like literally series about Shaka Zulu, bro.
Yeah.
Like there was
I
a
remember
series
watching that
about
shit.
this guy,
Yeah.
bro. Like from where he was young to growing up to starting to lead that shit. It was lit.
That's a pride.
It was
I
lit.
don't remember the name of the thing, but I remember seeing. That's how I really knew his name from TV.
It was lit. It was lit. I remember watching that shit. You know, you watch, you know, what happened to, you watch, like, there's movies about what happened to Thomas Sankara, you feel me? We might have even been...
Patrice Lumumba.
Thank you, that's the name. Yeah. Not Thomas Sankara. Patrice Lumumba. That movie was beautiful.
Go into a little... I don't know nothing about it.
What was it? The president
Congo.
of
He was a Congolese revolutionist, kind of trying to, like, you know...
It was like another Nelson Mandela type stuff, you know.
His own people betrayed him, and then they burnt that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
And guess what happened? He had a gold tooth, and guess who had ownership of that gold tooth up until recently? Recent Europeans, bro. They had that shit in the museum. That motherfucker got killed, and his golden tooth was kept as, you know, some celebratory, I don't know, show and tell in the museum.
That shit crazy, bro. Lumumba was done dirty. Sankara was done dirty
by his own best friend.
And you know, and it's wild, bro. And all this because of the, you know, chase of power, and also, you know,
European colonialism.
Exactly. That still has a huge role in, like, you know, in Africa. But
like nowadays they have subtle slavery in Africa, which is control all the minerals and the high points of economics in the African countries. The Europeans would have that controlled. And if an African tries to revolt, they use his own people to take him out. Yeah. And they do that.
They did that to Gaddafi.
They do that.
They did that. Cycle. They did that to the president of Ivory Coast a few years back. What's his name?
Laurent
Gbagbo. They did that to him. You know. They're doing dirty.
What they would do is find a very well educated African who studied in one of Europe or America, put him in power, and just use him as leverage to control the country. Yes, and they've been doing that since the 1960s when the countries got their independence. Yep.
Because every country that was colonized by a European force at the time, like, is in debt to that European power. Like, whatever, like, all the French speaking countries are in debt to France. All the English speaking countries debt to England.
You know what our currency is called in West Africa? I think you guys use the same currency.
The franc CFA.
The franc. Yeah. And you know what the franc is? It's an old French currency before they had the euro.
Yeah, they used to have franc back in French.
These motherfuckers stopped using that, got into the euros, and still has us using that shit. Yeah. And our dumbasses are like.
Why? It's
our governments. There are countries that are trying to come out, but
it's hard because you try to stand out, they take you out.
Yeah.
Or they villainize you.
But not to derive too much into, you know. Let's not derive too much. That's a whole nother conversation for later. But that's also just...
But I'm saying.
Yeah, that, like, for me, what I was trying to say was just, like, it just highlights that, like, you know, like, for us, for example, right, back home, being young, like, we remember learning about these stuff. Like, learning from when our countries were kingdoms.
Yep.
To colonialism, to then getting our quote unquote independence, right? Whereas here, I think we are not being, like, I wasn't here in elementary school. You tell me, were they teaching you exactly what W.E.B. Du Bois was doing, or Malcolm X was doing?
They give you the breakdown of all
of what the curriculum says.
How do you break the, like, classify them? Would you say, like, American hero, like a black activist?
Yeah,
but black activist.
Y'all learned about those?
Yeah. Through elementary, I would say through elementary school growing up, you know, how they really break it down once February hits, or probably closer to that time. They start off with somebody, probably Rosa Parks. You feel me? Even today in the classroom, I was in the classroom, they was teaching the kids about the Montgomery bus riots.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I feel so the way it breaks down, it's all American history, you know, on how oppression was for Black Americans here and people coming over here. So I would say there's no real international pull, at least going from elementary school.
Yeah.
That's what I could tell you.
Well, I was just trying. What I was saying was just like the in-depth part of the teaching is not there. Maybe they'll give you like, oh, in 19 this, this person did this, and this did this affected this and this. There's no in-depth. You're just telling us what everybody else know.
Yeah, like bullet points.
It's like a PowerPoint,
So
and you just hitting you bullet points.
Like what's missing? Like they biography, who they was, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Life into the. They do that though.
They do that.
They do that.
All right.
Fair.
I'm saying when you were elementary school. I'm saying not now. All right.
How you gonna really understand a person and what their cause was without knowing how they started?
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you. I mean, that's what I was saying. To my humble opinion, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
There was no in-depth teaching of. I mean, yeah, I could tell you this is where they're from. This is what they did before, and then one of the main things that they did was this. They did this and this and this, right? That's to us, yeah. Over there, like for me personally, like back in Senegal when we were learning about this shit, you feel me? Yeah, they're telling us, Lajor was born here at this year, this, that, and the third. This, like Sunjata Keita, for example.
Yeah,
like,
that story.
Sunjata Keita.
That tells us his early.
See how crazy it is. Something I respect about Africa is the fact that we learn about our people around us, Mali, all these people like. Senegal and Burkina Faso is like way past each other, like, but we still learn that history.
Facts.
And they whoop your ass for not knowing that history in school, bro. Cause like it's mad like
bro.
that. Yeah,
it was a like write the lesson and go memorize it type situation.
Type shit.
But there's everything in the lesson, but it's also like it was also diluted for when it comes to certain things. Yeah, obviously we follow it for what the French curriculum wants us to follow. So it is what it is at one point, you feel me? But our schools always make sure, we learn this shit.
Yeah, I feel like there should be a little more
when it gets to slavery and stuff, everything starts getting like watery, bro. Yeah. They just start like, start giving you bullet points. Like back home, yeah.
Or they make
it's
you
hard
read.
To really speak
or they
on.
make you read a book about a slave, and they just will walk over. And it's like, what's that book we read?
I feel like the people's information with definitely around what the American history around like the Civil War times and Jim Crow era and stuff like that. From going from generation to generation. You see on the news people talk about like they show you the textbooks how information has changed, wording has changed. They painting a new picture of what's going on. And some places people saying enslaved people like had a choice into slavery, which is ridiculous. Yeah. So, but I'd say depending on where you really are, your access to what you truly know on just. However you could, like the whole black diaspora, the African diaspora, it's range. There's so much going on. You feel me? There's so much going on. Everybody's level of what they come to find is definitely different.
Yeah. All right. Happy Black History Month. Let's move on to different topics.
Facts.
Sure.
Word. So it's man.
You want me to take this one? Talk about
let's go. So transfer market.
Yeah, soccer.
So transfer market just ended. I mean, if you're a soccer fan, you feel me? We're gonna talk about this real quick.
Yeah.
So transfer market opens around what time? December?
It opens
November?
Alright. It opens July 1st. July 1st, that's the summer market.
No, I'm talking about
closes,
I'm talking about this one.
This one opens January 1st. January 1st.
No, it closed January 1st.
No, February 1st. February 31st.
January 31st.
January 1st to January 31st.
Alright, so it opened January 1st.
Yeah.
And so teams gotta go get players.
Yeah.
Right? My team needs
depending on how you're doing on the season, because the season is midway already.
It's already halfway through the season. Mandem's team.
Chelsea
FC. Wild out. Man them when them buy every type player that was available. Yeah. If let's say if Arsenal is talking to this player, Chelsea hears it, nah, I need that player. Go get it. Like go buy, go get. And they was talking about this player, Enzo Fernandez, who won the World Cup with Argentina with Messi.
22,
He's 20,
22.
Yeah, going to 22. This man turned up in the World Cup, played lights out, was balling for Argentina was balling for Benfica. Portuguese team. Benfica waits till his return. My son's value was like around what? 40 mil. Benfica wait till his return, boost that value to like 60. No, heard people about to be interested, release clause, 120 mil. So what a release clause does is that like any team who wants to sign this player, you have to pay this motherfucker. Like you have to pay this. Or if this is what we are asking for. If you want, we could talk for more. You feel me? But there's nothing less. If you want, you could just pay this.
Upon that fee after the first contract. So the player will sign a contract, and the club will be like, if somebody comes in for you for 120 million, you're free to talk to them and agree a contract.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, they have to come to us to agree to a fee before they get to talk to you.
Anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could still as a team, if a team has a release clause on a player and you want that player, you could still come and negotiate for less. It's still in that team's hand to say no. But if you just come and give them the 120 mil release clause, now it is what it is. It's between you and the player now.
If the player refuses, then it's fine.
Then if the player can come back, So there was talks. Chelsea was gonna get him. Maybe who else? No, he was Chelsea the whole time. But he was just.
But the thing
they were talking about the release clause. It was a little too much.
Yeah, it was too much. Like it's hyperinflated because usually the club will put that to scare away everybody. It's like, don't come for our players if you. So basically, the price is supposed to be like so big that you're not gonna come in and try to negotiate. It's like 120 for one player. Hell no.
And the example is that for like Barca has a player right now. Well, two. Pedri and Gavi, young, 18, 19. The release clause, 1 billion.
Like that's like super out there.
That's to tell you, don't even come near here. Don't even come talking price for none of these players, because they're the future.
Yeah.
So.
I'll take it over.
Yeah.
So Chelsea was the only team interested in that player. The issue is, nobody. It's January. Usually January is like take it easy. Like you sign 1 or 2 players to consolidate your team. But the thing is, as a biased fan, or probably in an input that I probably would say is how they saw it, is we got to do it now or in the summer. Barca, Madrid, all these motherfuckers are going to be on it. And us who don't have that pull, like these guys, are going to lose out on him. So we got the money now, let's do it before anybody else start coming. Because if they waited till like this summer, this guy is balling and he's going to keep balling till like the end of the summer. And in the end of the summer, PSG is going to have the money to go after him. All these big teams. So they had the money. No, everybody else's hand was tied. So they went in and took him out. And these motherfuckers, he's now the record signing of Chelsea history and the record signing of the English Premier League's history. 100
and then he's second in Europe.
135 million dollars, which is like 105 million pounds.
120 euros.
Yeah. So now Chelsea's owned by American owners. rich billionaire named Todd Bowley with a few others. Another one named Egbad Aboli or something like that. Sorry if I messed it up. And then a Swiss billionaire. So it's a consortium that came together, took over the club. And that guy, Todd Bowley, is also the owner of the LA Dodgers. And the LA Dodgers, like right now, they are the best run team in the MLB, the Major League Baseball. When they took over the club, that team used to be one of the worst. In like 2011, they used to be like the worst. They had like a lot of drama going on. My guy came in, took the team, invested in it. Like, he cut down on the salary spending within a few years. And then now every summer they would have a big gap in the salary salary cap, and they could bring in any other players that would come. And like most of the times, no other team will have the capabilities to take on the players, so they would sign the players to the best of their interest, and they keep that same play style, like style of signing players. Like right now they have like Mookie Betts, who's like one of the most incredible players. They have Trey Turner, they have Will Smith, they have Noah Syndergaard, they have an incredible pitching staff. All these guys would be stars at other teams, but they're like part of that
Mookie Betts was a star in Red Sox, bro, and he left there and that team was trash. Became trash, bro. Mookie Betts was bugging in the Red Sox, bro.
He used to be the only one. Every time he steps up, bang.
Yeah, bro.
He left.
Bro, it was him and Big Papi, and then Big Papi retired, and then he spent a couple years, then he left.
And guess what? Their strategy.
The Big Papi, that's the Dominican.
Their strategy, go after 24, 25-ish superstars who are available. Snap them up, bring them to the team. Give it a big contract, but spread out into years where it's not going to affect the current season. So, and they come up with clauses to make sure you get paid through the clauses, but the clauses are not going to affect the team's like salary cap. So like they find ways to go around it and have space to bring in more people.
Yeah, because we call it fair play rules. So you gotta follow like the financial fair play rules, like for the league.
Yeah.
And
so
finding a loophole to that motherfucker.
This guy is trying to change the financial structure and like soccer in the general. Like he came in with a purpose of like. So I watched an interview and where he was saying, in soccer, there's a few teams. Like soccer is there's nothing comparable to soccer, world soccer in America. The only passionate sport that you'll find that's kind of close to it, which is like college football. The rest of it, nothing could compare to it. He said he bought the Dodgers with the goal of making them an international team, an international symbol. But the fact is, baseball is not soccer. Baseball is an American sport. You have South Korea, you have Japan, you have the Dominican Republics, but those are the only few countries where you're not gonna get that attention that these billionaires want. Mm-hmm. So for years, this guy was waiting for the perfect chance to step in and take a soccer team, and put his American hand on it and turn that into gold, bro. He's been waiting for that opportunity. And Chelsea was owned by a Russian guy, Russian oligarch, and when the war started, the whole Ukraine shit, people were like, "Oh nah, we can't have a Russian owner," so they threatened to close the team, take the team away from him. And then kick him out of the country. They seized his money, everything, block him. And then my guy was like, okay, here's the thing. I'll sell the club. I'll forgive all their loans, because he used to put his own money into the team, and the team would always ask loan, right? He forgave like a 1.6 billion loan to the team. Like, y'all go, I'm good. Sold the team, made a pact with the new owners, and told them, for the next until 2030, you're not supposed to take profits out of the club. You're not supposed to like take money out of the club. Just invest and do this and do that. Stadium investment, the boys team, the women team, the all that little stuff.
And
yeah,
all that shit.
They came into an agreement where the American owner is not supposed to take money out of the club up until 2030, and they agreed to it. And he personally chose that guy, so he knew something special about him. A lot of people were skeptical. Like, usually American owners are known for being cheap. Like, they don't like to spend. They want to take as much money out of the club as they want, and don't want to spend. This guy has a different strategy. He has a different like goal for what he wants to do with Chelsea. He wants to make it like an iconic team all over the world, not just soccer wise, but like a brand wise. So I listened to his interview, and the way he was talking, like, you see the Red Bull structure. He kind of want to do something similar to Man City structure. He wants to invest into the youth, start bringing little kids into the academy, and then have probably that would be in the future, like buy clubs. He said Portugal is one of the best leagues to develop young talents, right? So I think in a few years you're gonna hear Chelsea is trying to buy a Portuguese club in like the third or second division, right? He's gonna do that, buy a Portuguese club at Chelsea affiliate, and then like when they're like 16, 17, go there, start there. Start there. It's not going to even be loan, because that shit is going to be FFP.
It's like Girona for Man City.
It's going to be sold. They're going to go sold, and that's going to count as a profit. Profit for the team, right? It's going to sell those players. They're going to go there, develop. He's gonna do it probably around the world, and his goal is to get Chelsea to like become not just as, like he said, like Barca and Madrid are like super clubs all over over everything else, but you cannot own it. He said if Barca could be owned, nigga would have done everything to go own it. But he said you can't own Barcelona. So what's the next bet? An English team with a simple name, Chelsea, lion blue, something very international to get. Boom, gonna come to Chelsea, bro. Chelsea in the next few years are gonna be something. He's trying to, like, the stadium is gonna be built. He's gonna invest in a crazy stadium.
The Stamford Bridge is never gonna be the Stamford Bridge no more, which is a good thing. You feel me? Now you're gonna have the whole London in there watching them motherfuckers.
Bro, he's trying to switch up. Like they asked him about the Super League, like if he thinks if he's a supporter, because Super League is supposed to bring super big money to the teams, right? And they asked him, as a businessman, are you like, would you be against the Super League? And he said, as a businessman, I would never say never, but you gotta understand that the sport has a culture, and these people have grown with the culture, and that's what makes it the sport it is, because it's not just the financial thing, but it's also a cultural thing. So that it's something he gotta respect. But he also said you got the summers are open, so it's not like there's no opportunity to play against Barca, Real Madrid. Like, the summers are open for those reasons.
But that's just more things to play for, and these players need time to rest, bro.
When I heard that this guy is in the summers, he's probably gonna have like
a mini tournament,
a big mini tournament of the big clubs, and that's gonna make them
That's gonna be the
super
Super
big money, bro. There's a summer tournament Super League, bro. He's probably, if it was me, I would buy that tournament they be having here in America. What's it called?
The IC.
International Cup.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna buy that shit,
Yeah.
take it over, and then invest into it.
Which like
It's a cool concept.
It's a cool concept, but it will never be as big.
No,
because it's preseason.
but it's possible.
But it's preseason.
Yeah, I know.
Unless you forcing these teams to actually play their main players.
Of course they're gonna do that if it start bringing that Champions League money.
But then this is where the whole.
If it starts bringing that Champions League money, and it's for the American crowds, not for everybody else. America is the biggest market in the world because people on average make more money than everybody else, and it's a 300 million population. So if that shit's gonna make them money, you agree with Barcelona to pull up. You gotta play this, and at the end, the top 4 are gonna get 20 million each. Are you not gonna play your best players? This guy is about to like do some shit. He's probably gonna start encouraging, once he gets more stuff, he's gonna start encouraging probably an all-star thing to happen through in the summer, something like that, to have like the best players from like the west of England against the north of England to play against each other, south versus north. Anything to bring money, he's gonna start doing that shit. And when he signed for the Dodgers, 2 years later, this guy agreed an $8.5 billion deal with a television company to start streaming for 25 years. $8.5 billion with a television company to start streaming the Dodgers games. They have like TV shows on that channel. He's gonna do some shit like that. I also think he's gonna want to have the Chelsea games be broadcasted on the Chelsea app. So he's gonna agree to a deal with the Premier League, probably pay them big money, right? And then Chelsea's games are gonna be streamed on the Chelsea app, and you're gonna have to pay like a subscription monthly fee. They're gonna have like TV shows, interaction with the players. It's gonna be an entertainment thing. More like you're gonna see more interactions about like soccer, Chelsea, than you've ever seen with other clubs. And guess what? Other teams are gonna start applying that shit to their teams too. You're gonna see subscription services for soccer teams. Their applications, like you're gonna have to like get the Manchester City app if you want to watch the Manchester City game. You're gonna have to get the Chelsea app if you want to watch the Chelsea game. That shit's gonna it's gonna,
because it will become a new pool of revenue, of income, and so everybody's gonna want to tap into it.
Yeah,
it's the same thing that when Netflix came and did what Netflix did, everybody else came and did what Netflix did. Even these TV channels, everybody's doing this. Everybody's doing what they're doing. Because we have shows that are going on these TV shows. You could watch them anytime you want on our thing. Give us $5 a month. It'll be a new thing. Like when you say put his American hands all over, nigga, it's gonna happen. It will happen. And what I was gonna say earlier is that when they do all of that and it's gonna bring in Champions League money, this, that, and the third, then it's like cool. Like now these people are supposed to have the summer off.
Yeah.
Preseason is supposed to be light.
Not really. Preseason. Most teams don't play their main players in preseason. Yeah. Most teams, their main players will be still in vacation during preseason. Yeah. They'll come the week before the season start. Yeah. So it will be tough to have a Mbappe show up at an IC. Then that's fucked. That's when that whole culture of soccer now is fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, so either way, he's trying to have respect, but there is still no respect because he's still got whatever he's gonna end up doing, and or in the like in French, money gonna say, you feel whatever he's gonna end up, it's gonna ruin soccer one way or the other. If it's not financial,
it's changing it. I wouldn't say ruin because we haven't seen the effects yet.
Yeah.
It's gonna change.
But from the, would you say social media ruin or change the world?
In some aspect, it did.
That's what I said. So it could change it, but one way or the other, it would ruin the game.
I wouldn't say ruin. Ruin is
like social media. One way or the other, it changed the world, but on the other, it ruined the world.
It didn't ruin it, dog.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
A lot of the
Come on, dog. Little kids are exposed to things that we were not exposed to when we were kids. You don't think that's think that's kind of ruining the world?
Fair, but ruin is a big because the positives.
However you take it,
the positives. Are
in everything. When there's a negative, there's a positive.
Yeah,
but that's why I say one way or the other.
Yeah,
it might boost it financially, but culturally, it's gonna ruin it.
But we might see a rise of a new culture. In a different culture.
Doesn't that eradicate the previous culture?
I mean, like...
Doesn't that then kill the original culture of football?
I mean, like, things gotta change here and there, you know?
Yeah. But I'm saying, if we see an uprise of a different culture, doesn't the other one get eradicated?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, at one point, either way...
Yeah.
Like, I know. I'm
listening to you.
Like, either way, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so...
Like, that's something... It was always gonna happen. It was probably happening at Chelsea. It's like money is what rules the world, and
true.
I mean, my hope is they don't do it blindly and just focus on money like Juve and those other teams wanted to do, and like Champions League the Super League where you disregard the other teams and just focus on money making. He's focusing on his own team and using other venues such as like the international appeal. They're gonna have players like we already started that with PSG. If you think about it, you have like you got Nike, you got apparels. Like go on the Nike. I said go on the PSG app. It's a French team, but everything is in English.
Right.
Everything is in English.
Yeah.
They're trying to appeal to the American culture.
Yeah,
it's like.
But English is like the number one language out here, yo. Like if you want to attract as many people as you would want to attract, English is the way to go.
No, I think if you want to make as much money as you want, you have to appeal to America.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole reason that they have the Jordan brand.
There's the most brands. The poorest person, you go to the poorest school. You go to the poorest school in America, and you'll see kids with iPhones. That shit is not something you could imagine in other countries. It's like, iPhones are like a luxury thing. But here you see a poor nigga walking around with an iPhone. So like American poverty is a different kind of poverty. So like people who are like in here in America are like in here compared to the rest of the world. So they're able to afford and indulge in entertainment and cultures. So if you have a medium that could appeal to America, your money will go like here. So soccer is the biggest sport in the world, but the revenues they make and nothing compared to like what the Yankees are making, what the Mets are making, what the Knicks are making. And that nigga, his goal is to try to get soccer.
He's trying to make Chelsea the biggest franchise.
Franchise. You're gonna start seeing Chelsea apparels, Chelsea shoes. Like he's everywhere he could make money on. You're gonna see these motherfuckers try to exploit that. The women
Which is good news for Chelsea. But I have a question real quick.
Go ahead.
For you, as a fan.
Yeah.
Do you think not making Europe next year is an issue?
I I think we'll make Europe, but if we don't make it, I don't see it as an issue because their goal as well is to have an identity, and he brought in these young players with a plan in mind. Everybody you talk to, everybody who signed, all the other clubs, even the Shakhtar president was like, they came in with a plan, and we saw, and we knew there's a reason. There's a plan. They're not telling us. They like Graham Potter is a young English coach with like
who hasn't proven much.
He hasn't proven much, but he's come from he's come from like a place where you cannot imagine. And if you look into the stuff he did, it's tangible in a way.
Yeah.
And they probably don't really care much about it because they hired him as the head coach. They like his goal train the players and the tactics. They're bringing in. They brought in a guy called Vivek, who's like who was the chief of recruitment for the Red Bull people, like Salzburg, all these guys. This guy will be the guy. I mean, he was the guy in charge of like the January transfers, but he will be the guy in charge of the youth team recruitment all the way to like bringing in players going forward. You have the former president of the City Group. He used to be a director with the City Group. The City Group is the team that like they have NYCFC, Girona, that team in Australia. That guy used to be part of that directorial group. He's now part of the Chelsea group. So he said, I might not know much about soccer, but we know people. He's trying to bring in people who have been doing it to the highest level. It's not like Graham Potter he said the reason why he got rid of Tuchel, who's an excellent coach, is cause it's not like Tuchel would not line up with his plans.
Yeah.
Like he said, we came in and we're cleaning it. We're wiping everything clean, and we're starting from the bottom, and we're bringing in people with the same vision as us. We cannot have somebody who's with a different vision. So he had his mindset all like long time ago, which is like I personally like Graham Potter, even at Brighton. His thing is positionless football. It's like if you're a footballer, you should be able to adapt to being able to play around the pitch. And I like that about him. Like his midfielders could be today defenders, and tomorrow they be attackers. They be up top. Trossard, for example, used to be was playing left back, left mid, and attacker. You got Lewis Dunk, who used to be pushing up all the way up there as a defender. Like this is one of the things they brought him in. They want to do. Watch Enzo is gonna start. They're gonna start like Enzo is an attacking midfield, center defense, center mid. He's gonna probably adapt him into a different position, because Enzo's thing is his vision on the field. So the guy uses your best ability on the field. Like the reason why he struggles is like the injuries, hasn't had time to adapt. But like once he gets his stride, like his first year at Brighton, they struggled. Like they even considered at one point firing him, but they knew there was something. This guy went all the way, started in third division Sweden, after he left England when he retired from soccer. As a semi-pro, went to Sweden, started coaching the third division, and within 5 years, motherfucker took them to championship in Sweden. It's like took them to the top, and then he was brought to Brighton. They struggled their first year, and then he started beating big teams. So like, he has positionless football is what he has. which is they're using data to trickle down and use it for their tactics. So they're hiring people to use data and use data to help them recruit and position players on the field. They're using like these are all stuff he already did, and it's proven to be successful using baseball. Probably it's not going to be the same, but they will adapt, and I have the faith like they have a plan. Like, for example, if you look at all the recruitment this January, every player has a factor that's like super S level. Enzo, the guy's vision is something like he's passing and simple play vision is something intelligent. IQ is like if you watch him really is something you don't see in like a lot of 20-some-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible, and in a few years you're gonna like start noticing.
I already saw
what's
that
his
nigga
name?
play.
Modric,
I know exactly.
fastest motherfucker like he's compared to like these Mbappe's, bro, and his trickeries, boom, right there.
Nah, yeah, I tried to get that nigga on FIFA, so I knew that nigga before
He's
Chelsea was asking for that.
That
nigga,
guy's speed is incredible. Malo Gusto, very well technical left back, kind of like.
I thought he was a right back.
Right back, super fast, bro. He's fast as well. He's bringing in quality. In like every player has a different facet to them. So every time they step on the field, it's gonna change the whole play style of the team. Mm-hmm. It's like if Reese is playing today, it's gonna be a different play style. If Malo Gusto's playing today, it's gonna be a different play style. Mm-hmm. So like something like positionless football, like they're gonna be moving like. And he's trying to support Graham Potter as much as he can. So, like, it's a project that I'm very, very interested in seeing happen. Mm-hmm. So, for that reason, I think that appointment was a good one. Like, that was a question you asked, right?
Nah, that was a 10-minute answer right there, bro. Damn.
Bro, the whole time I'm thinking this is a very dedicated Chelsea fan, bro.
Word, like, bro, I was hit like I felt like I was on an episode of
nigga,
like
you said
British Broadcasting Network, bro.
Bro, nigga said that was the question. My question was, is making Europe gonna be an issue next year?
Yeah, I said no.
And this man went on.
Yo,
that's why the whole time
you should have stopped.
Let him have no, because that's what y'all Chelsea fans do. Once like this is
that was insane, y'all.
He just the whole time I'm looking.
That's good that you got that kind of knowledge.
He started at 27.
No way.
27.
Bro, it went on for like 20-some minutes. I was just watching.
He started. He started talking about the whole Enzo, the whole Enzo thing.
No.
And then the question I asked around like 42.
There you go. 10 minutes. But
you feel me?
27 minutes? God.
But this is the thing with it, yeah. That's a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, you know your shit.
Every Chelsea fan is like that.
Really?
Bro, I was speaking to one earlier. I was speaking to Tom.
I speak.
He don't know.
Facts,
he don't know everything. You know. He been trying to, and me. I'm quick with the counters. You feel me? Cause I'm a hater. I don't fuck with Chelsea at all. I'm a Barca fan. I don't fuck with Chelsea at all. You feel me? I'm very interested to seeing what's going to happen on their end. You know, I don't think they will make Europe this year,
bro.
Right?
That's why.
Right? Tapat is claiming they're gonna win the league.
Nah, this guy's way.
I'm like, you're not even gonna grade fifth. The most you're gonna get is 5 points.
Bro,
fifth place.
A lot of people are being very like way too much about this, bro. A win tomorrow and Chelsea is 6.
Yeah, I told them. I said you are 10, but you're not. You going out Fulham, or Fulham coming to you?
They're going to Fulham.
You go. Yeah, you're not winning.
Okay.
You're not beating Fulham, and I told them. I said you are most likely with that one game. Yeah, you are most likely within the weekend. You are most likely to go down than to go up.
A win tomorrow and they go up to 6th place.
I know, but then everybody else who you just passed, if they win,
Chelsea's down by one game, one
game
in the middle. Behind.
You're 10 points from the top and 10 points from the bottom.
Chelsea is one game behind from a few teams who are ahead of them. People are being way too out of pocket.
Yeah,
like,
but this is what I'm saying though, bro. Like, and you cannot say that. Yeah, you are positionless players this, that, and the third, but you're not telling me that at this point you have a lot of big name players, a lot of egos on that team. João Cancelo already, if not João Cancelo, João Felix already is one. Left the team he was at because he's like, I'm not there. I don't fuck with this.
But he will start though.
Yeah. Then Kai Havertz is one.
He starts. He's starting currently.
Number at the 9.
Yeah, he's starting.
Mikhailo, what do you do with him?
He's starting.
Sterling, what do you do with him?
If he comes, he starts.
Mason Mount, what do you do with him?
He's running down his contract, but they might sell him. He's on loan. He will leave. If they sign him, they will sell somebody.
Who?
Who?
Zakaria? Who are you saying he's on loan?
Zakaria is on loan. João Felix is on loan. Like, João Felix is definitely going to stay because once his contract expires, I mean, like, they're going to sign him. Kovacic is currently injured, but if they're going to sign him up, they're going to sign him up. They're going to sign him up, and he'll come and start.
But this is the thing.
We got nobody in the midfield, bro.
But you can't keep all these players.
They're going to sell
some of these players are going to have to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm saying some of the players you got like
right now they're going to leave.
Not even, like you paid money for, like big money for, right? And they might just be like. Because you never know. Right. You are super excited about this project. Yeah. You're a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
So to you, there is no failure to this plan.
No, I'm cautious. I consider every possibilities.
But to you,
but I know
this is gonna work.
I know it's gonna work. Yeah.
90% of yourself is telling you this is gonna work.
Yeah, but so I don't see the issue. Like, what's the big issue that you're talking about?
No, what I'm saying is with those players, you're gonna have to let them go.
Yeah.
For less than what you got.
It don't matter. Like the money thing don't matter right now. Like they're trying to invest in it. Like they bought that with that in mind. They bought those players with that in mind. Getting you off the wages is a lot more impactful than selling them for a price. Like Jorginho leaving for 12 millions. That 12 millions ain't shit. The 180K a week is the big thing.
Yeah. Jorginho was, since the summer, was supposed to leave Chelsea. I don't know why he was still there, but so I think should have left. I think Chelsea should have let him go since the summer.
They tried it. Nobody was interested. From last year,
we would have.
The issue from the other team. The issue from the people who sold them to the new board is they used to give like incredible big wages. Well, but like, let's continue with other topics. We'll see
what Chelsea's gonna do, man.
The main issue, the main point,
everything starts tomorrow.
The main point is how football in general is gonna be impacted by these new owners. And
well, yeah, like I said, to me personally, yeah, it's gonna ruin the game. But it is what it is. You feel me? Like, we said it when PSG came around and started doing what they did, and they calmed down a little. Same as Man City. Chelsea could calm down in 10 years.
But like, other teams are doing way worse stuff. But like, since they have those big names, nobody's saying anything. Like Madrid, for example, is spending 60 million on a 60-year-old Brazilian kid who hasn't hit puberty yet. Yeah, it's like.
But that's what your owner's gonna do soon, bro. Just extending the years they're gonna pay him, bro. Cause earlier you mentioned that, like, he said how, like, in America with the sports, you feel me? You can't go with these young kids and try to get them, and then you gotta wait until they do X, Y, and Z, graduate, this, that, and the third, and get drafted. Yeah. In football, nothing is stopping you. Madrid is already doing it. So what makes you think that all these teams? Of course, I said he's gonna start in Portugal, but he will go to Brazil too.
If the talent is there, of course. Of course,
it's Brazil. What are you talking about? Talent is there. Yeah. Like, there's a 13-year-old right now that in 3 years you're gonna get, and I'll tell you.
No, I'm saying, yeah.
There's a 13-year-old in Brazil right now. I don't know.
I'm saying these stuff are already happening. Yeah, I'm saying these stuff are already happening. It's not just like they who are gonna bring it.
But the thing with just like he's finding loopholes, those teams were also finding loopholes. Like these like Madrid is not just signing the player and then you coming. Madrid is signing them and leaving them there.
I mean, there's a rule in Brazil that a kid can, like, you cannot leave before you turn 18. That's the only reason why he's still there.
So that's
like they did the same with Vinicius. They did the same with
Rodrigo. That's another loophole, right? Leave you there. I signed you. You're my player, but I'm gonna leave you there.
They would have had him come through if
the
for rules didn't block it.
But I don't think wouldn't probably break into the thing.
No, he would be
go to the academy.
Yeah, La Masia. I mean to say La Masia, Castilla. Castilla. They did the same with Odegaard like 10 plus years ago.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to break in, establish himself, but now he's traveling with Arsenal.
He couldn't break in at the time, man. Madrid ruins a lot of careers. I ain't gonna lie, but that's another guy.
Yeah,
that's another guy. Just same as now. Well, Chelsea's not gonna ruin careers no more. Has Chelsea ruined? Chelsea don't ruin careers as much now. Man, you does.
Like who? Sancho.
Oh, Sancho is just going through some mental shit.
Or are we talking about? Oh, there's some. I should have brought this up earlier, but that kid, Mason Greenwood.
No.
He'd be cleared. Right. He was cleared.
I know he was cleared, but nah. Let's not bring that nigga up. It's like it will be done like too many weeks in a row. We talking about the same type of shit, bro. Fuck that nigga. You feel me? But another thing, we gonna have to cut this shit short. But one more thing
we gonna have to cut my part out. Don't worry.
Nah, we don't. We just bring whatever the things for next time.
Yeah. I say
but because Chelsea today was a Chelsea episode. All the Chelsea fans, y'all better tune in.
Top out. That's it. That's to you,
man. Fuck. Like I sat here and listened to some Chelsea shit, bro. Fuck. But All-Star Weekend NBA. Yeah. Fuck Chelsea.
Utah.
All-Star Weekend NBA. They dropped like last week they dropped the starters, right, for the East and for the West. And I think for the East it was KD, Kyrie, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Donovan Mitchell. For the West it was
Jokic,
Steph Curry, Jokic, your boy
LeBron.
Obviously, yeah, LeBron. I forgot he was King of the East. I forgot he was in the West now.
Anthony Davis?
Hell no.
And Zion Williamson.
Zion?
Yeah.
And there's somebody who I'm missing.
Say it again. Say who you got.
I said Steph LeBron.
Jokic, Zion.
And another white dude.
There's another big man.
It's another white dude.
Oh, Sabonis?
Sabonis is a reserve.
Yeah. Another white dude?
I don't know if it's another white dude.
Doncic?
Zion.
Not Luka. Luka.
How we forget about Luka, bro?
Yeah, that's
one y'all said it.
Yeah, that's the white dude you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
How we forget about Luka, bro? Damn.
Yeah, facts. That was wicked. But hold on. And now they dropped the reserve.
Yeah.
They dropped the reserve.
Shout out to my boy Rando.
Yeah, facts for the East, you feel me? New York represents. Gang, you feel me? But, so they got Julius Randle, DeMar DeRozan, Jaylen Brown.
Bing bong.
Bam Adebayo, Drew Holiday, and Tyrese Halliburton.
The Knicks could have picked Tyrese, bro.
Yeah, dumb, bro. The Knicks we are so dumb when it comes to things. But
nah, bro, we got
who? RJ?
Nah. We got Grimes, who's in the 28th, bro, who's out here starting and killing.
I mean, yeah.
So like this front office, I'll go on the rant again, right? But like this front office is doing shit. This front office, bro,
you can't tell me they're doing like great. They're not doing great.
They're doing good, bro.
If you,
it's progressing from where they were 3 years ago. The Knicks are definitely better, way better.
Yeah, we still trash, but yeah, they do.
Bro.
I don't want to hear it, Paco. I really don't want to.
Like, what do you expect if no superstar wants to sign?
Fuck, of course nobody wants to sign because we trash. We are trash.
How do you suppose not to be trash if no good person is on the team?
Trash. And it is what it is. We accept it. But my thing is, it's not about the Knicks. How the fuck is Joel Embiid not a starter in the East?
I mean, popularity contest. Like, the reason why these first votes are taken through the media and the fans vote. So it's a popularity contest, and Zion is a starter, you know. Ahead of him. I mean, like, he's not in the West, but like, it's a popularity contest. It's the biggest name always wins out.
But I think, is my thing.
Yeah.
Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way Donovan Mitchell can just come into the East and then win over a spot over Joel Embiid, bro, as a starter. There's to me, I can't understand that. I cannot understand it. Like,
they did it position wise. Who's the center?
No, bro.
Who's the center in the East?
Bro. Giannis.
Exactly.
So what?
They took Zion over him. That's why. Giannis is the captain for the East, right? He had the most votes.
Yeah, he has the most votes.
Exactly. So they took the first center, and the first center is a starter.
Bro. How many?
They did it position wise. I understand because he's an MVP candidate right now, and he went out and balled out on Sunday against Jokic, who won it back to back. So he should have started. But Giannis is the most popular.
Yeah, they gotta get rid of that whole position shit. Fuck that.
Like, you want them to have 3 centers?
Yes, yes. If they're balling out in the season and deserve to be starters, they need to fucking start.
Yeah, but like,
there's no way. I can't see this. I can't accept.
But
that.
here's the thing.
I'm not a Philly fan. I'm a New York Knicks fan, until I die. I can't understand that.
Those kicks don't matter, because like, once he retired, they're not gonna say he's a 5-time starting center for the All-Star. They're gonna say 5, 8-time, 20-time All-Star. So like, that really don't matter. Like, he still ended up making the All-Star.
To me, it matters, bro. To me, it matters. I mean, I get it. You are battling Giannis. Yeah, that's the Greek freak.
And he's popular.
That's
popular.
The Nigerian
like,
freak.
right now, looking at stats wise, I would give it
popularity
to
Giannis is
Embiid.
Yeah,
I'll give it to Embiid.
But popularity wise, because Giannis is like, he's such a likable guy.
Exactly.
He's such a, like, my son is just online trolling, He doesn't take life too serious. Whereas Embiid gets tight here and there, goes into a Twitter war with people.
That's some crazy shit. Like, you saw that
that celebration against the Nets. It was crazy, I mean, you dropping dick on them, but still, man, they just calm down.
Did you hear?
He was dropping dick on the Nets.
Did you hear?
When he? You never heard that song by Duval? Nah, yeah. I'm dropping dick off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you hear when he? Did you hear when he was about to play for the French national team, even though he wasn't born in France, or
he's Cameroonian,
or have anything to do with France? Just
didn't even live in there.
Yeah, like, just. They were about, like, he's about, like, I don't know if it'll happen, but he's about to switch up to the French.
I mean, Cameroon is not doing much, so yeah. I mean, if football is letting it happen, let the nigga do his thing. I'm not mad at it, bro. How many of our African brothers are playing for the French national team? So at this point, you are a sellout. It is what it is. You do what you do. Like, I don't mind.
Victor,
I've seen it enough.
Joel Embiid.
Yeah. Go challenge the U. They could beat the US.
Niggas,
then they could beat the US.
That's when the US will start bringing their big names to the tournaments now. Then when they realized the other teams are like,
I don't know when it was like when they thought it like, yeah, let's bring the young ones. We're still gonna be good. Yeah, now you get whooped.
Before they used to dominate.
Yeah, and it's good to dominate. Like if you're dominating, you want to keep on dominating. You don't want to get dominated later
they
on.
Had no respect for these tournaments, bro.
Like, bro, they would just go bring Kobe. You know, rest in peace, Kobe. LeBron, young LeBron. You feel me? Chris Bosh, D Wade, all in one team. CP3. Pretty much what Chelsea's doing right now. Yeah. But I give you shit, man. All them shit. Yeah, man. I guess that wraps up another Chelsea episode on Laughin Thru Life.
Yes, sir.
You know, y'all got to see the dedication. What's the word? The word is right here, but it's like.
What did it start with?
Obsession?
No, not obsession. Not obsession. Yeah, we could use that, but it's weird. Yeah, the passion. You can see the passion in this man, bro. Like it's crazy.
Now, cause like, I'm gonna go on a tangent. It's just like people were hating when the club was about to get closed, and you know. And now the fact that we're doing the opposite of what's supposed to happen, the fact that they're splashing money and they're hating, I want to rub it on their face, no.
Nah, I feel you. I feel you.
Do that shit.
I feel you, cause like you know,
you know how much they were making fun of the team for being like, bro, for a whole half a season, the team wasn't allowed to have people in the stadium, have to sell anything. They couldn't do anything at all. Because they were doing investigations on the owner. And people were like, Chelsea.
Yo, stop this man. He's doing it. Stop this man.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what's crazy, bro? Because I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Yeah.
Because Barca last year, you feel me? We were 10th halfway through the season. And niggas were like, yo, you gonna do shit. Yeah, go do shit. I mean, granted, you know, La Liga is a different league to, like, the Premier League. You feel me? I feel like if we were in the Premier League, we're not getting the second. But we got the second, and now we winning the league this year.
Went from 10 to second.
Yeah, bro. We finished the things. We almost won it. We almost won it, and then this is when we started waking up a little bit. We almost won it, and then we lost a couple games at the end and shit. At the end of the season, I dropped a few points here and there, and not won it, but. Yeah, we winning it this year, you know, and I want to see Chelsea in Europe next year because Europe is not Europe with no big name teams, you know.
I think people are over exaggerating.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think you're gonna go to the Europa League.
I think the team will finish.
Yeah, you go to the Europa League, but you're not going to no Champions League.
The team will finish fifth.
Yeah. Yeah,
Arsenal's not winning the league, so
Arsenal will win the league. I'm not an Arsenal fan, but damn, I told you this, they're gonna win the league.
Okay.
But the crazy thing is, right? You're right. We only halfway through the season, man. Halfway through the season.
Arsenal.
Just watch.
Wait 2-3 injuries like it hit us. Motherfuckers are gonna know what.
I mean, they already got those injuries.
Like who?
Gabriel Jesus. Okay. And who else?
Who else? Partey. When Partey is gone, we'll know.
But that's African mortar. That shit never go. That's Ghanaian mortar, bro.
Them allegations about to come through.
Astaghfirullah. Hey, that wrapped up another episode of Laughin Thru Life, man, with Mo.
Mac.
You already know the vibes, man. Today was a heavily sportive episode, but hey, sometimes it happens, man. We like sports. You know, Mac over here, you feel me? So when we talk about soccer, you feel me? You feel me? He
didn't talk much today.
He don't talk. We did because of you. We didn't get to story time with Mac, bro.
That won't happen. We gotta segment this.
Yeah, facts.
No longer than 10 minutes.
Yo, we need a producer, man, because this man, we can't stop this man. Once he started, you could have just said yes, and that's it, and we gone. But my man give me a whole diagnosis of what's going to happen in the next 10 years for Chelsea. But hey,
football
too.
That's right.
Hey, we'll see. But hey, make sure you like, subscribe, comment.
Turn on that noto bell so you know when the next episode is out.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Find us everywhere. Laughin Thru Life. You see, he only dedicated with the Chelsea shit. He's still thinking about it right now. He's thinking about what to talk about right now.
Find us on TikTok, YouTube, IG, Twitter. There's not
everywhere at Laughin Thru Life. There's no fifth yet. There will be a fifth soon. There will be a 5th soon. Twitch will be coming soon. You know, we are still working on it. We're still working on it to do some live streams. You feel me? And you could get all the live things that are going on.
Email us with any ideas at laughingthroughlife@gmail.com. Any topics you'd like to hear.
Laughing Through Life podcast at gmail.com. But yeah, everything will be put down in the description. And then we'll see you next week. Catch us now every Monday, yeah. There's a switch, yeah. It won't be on Sundays, yeah. Catch us every Monday at 6, yeah. Peace.
Deuces, y'all.